Welcome to week 22 of the practices of being and belonging. And this week's meditation draws on the lightness of the cottonwood fluff that is floating through the air on the BC South Coast right now. I invite you to find yourself in a comfortable, lying down position if possible, much like Shavasana, with your body flat on the ground and your arms and legs slightly apart from your body. And I invite you to draw your awareness to your breathing. We will begin by coming into some heart coherence before we begin the practice to allow us to really become centered and calm and ready to feel the lightness of the cottonwood fluff. So as you're lying there, I invite you to begin to inhale and exhale for the same amount of time, in through your nose and out through your nose, preferably 5 seconds. So let's begin with inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And repeat, inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And our last inhale and exhale. And now allow your breath to return to normal, and hopefully your body is relaxed and present in this moment. And now I invite you to draw your awareness to your toes. Begin by feeling your toes and allowing them to be imbued with the lightness of the cottonwood fluff. Feel the lightness being absorbed into your body, so there's no heaviness in those toes. And I invite you to move your awareness and that lightness into your feet and ankles. Breathe the awareness of lightness into your feet and ankles. And then we'll draw that awareness up into our shins and calves, breathing lightness and awareness into that body part. And we will continue drawing that lightness upwards into our knees, and then our thighs. Keep your awareness there for just a moment as you allow that lightness to fill in your thighs, those heavy muscles that support you as you walk and go about your day. Allow the lightness to draw them upwards. Maybe they're feeling as if they're not quite touching the ground anymore. An airiness to them, an airiness to your body right now. fighting gravity. Whereas our heaviness normally draws us closer to the earth, we are drawing our body closer to the sky, lifting it with our awareness and our presence and our breath. Now I invite you to draw that awareness into your pelvis. Allow that lightness, that energy to swirl around your pelvic bowl for just a few moments and feel it lift, lift, lift ever so slightly. Maybe you'll notice your sit bones are not quite as heavy on the ground as they were a few moments ago. And now from your pelvis, I invite you to draw that awareness up into your rib cage and your lung areas. Allow that lightness to fill in your lungs and expand them to the very edges of their container. Allow that lightness to allow the back of your body to not feel quite so heavy on the ground or the mat that you're lying on. And now we draw our awareness from your rib cage up into your throat chakra. Allow the lightness to be held in your voice and the thoughts and things you have to say today. Now draw that awareness with your breathing up into your face, into your head, and the third eye chakra. Allow that feeling of lightness to take the heaviest part of your body and allow it to have the feeling or intention of no longer being on the ground, no longer being so heavy and pulled down by gravity, but pulled upwards with the lightness of air, the lightness of freedom. And now I invite you to draw your awareness down from your head and your face into your shoulders, trickling down into your arms. Allow that lightness to spread outwards from your shoulders down to your forearms, your wrists and your hands, and all the way to the tips of your fingers, as if your body and your arms and hands and fingers are no longer resting on the earth, but are being held ever so gently by the air around them. And now that we've filled your body with a sense of lightness, of being able to defy gravity, I invite you to enjoy that feeling of lightness. Notice if your body feels as if you could slide sheets of paper underneath it and they would not touch your body, that you're just ever so slightly lifted off the ground, being held by the energy of the universe. You're floating. Your body is no longer heavy, but light and full of the breath of the cottonwood, breath of the universe. Notice any sensations that arise in your body as you are filled with this lightness. Notice the cues that your body is giving you right now. There is no need to fight any of the sensations. Allow them to move through you with lightness. with understanding that you're sharing this energy with the universe right now, and anything that you are feeling too much to handle or too much to bear on your own, share it with the energy of the universe around you. Now I invite you to begin to come back to this present moment and allow your breathing to slowly allow gravity to bring your body back down to the earth, into the safety of this present moment, and allow the heaviness to take over once again, feeling your body weighted to the earth, deeper and deeper sinking into the heaviness that gravity provides. And allow yourself 6 more cleansing breaths as you and your body return to this present moment back on the earth, heavy yet aware of the lightness that you possess and that you can tap into at any time. Thank you for joining me for week 22 of the practices of being and belonging, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.